1, 2, 3, go!
Good evening and welcome into Day 2 finals here at the National Aquatic Centre, the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships. Joining me, Steve Kent. As we were last night, Steve, excited about this lineup of finals tonight?
Yeah, very exciting morning this morning. Some really big events for New Zealand, so great to see definitely in those female ranks some really tight racing that's going to be had. Also, nothing better than a 50 free on day 2.
Oh, I love it, love it. Let's recap some of those highlights from this morning. 200 freestyle for the women kicked it off. We had a number of the swimmers there in the 400 freestyle last night. Erica Fairweather, the only one under the 2-minute mark this morning, but quite a few just waiting in the wings on the outside lanes. A lot at stake for this one. Pan Pacific qualifying, Commonwealth qualifying, also potentially a relay spot.
Yeah, plenty to strive for. You know, we've got Erica, Eve, Caitlin, Chelsea out there on the outskirts of the lanes tonight. Unfortunately, Milana Tapper unable to swim due to sickness this meet. That 200 free for our females is definitely coming back after having some strong years back when I was swimming. So it's great to see some good battles tonight.
Straight into the splash and dash, the 50 metres freestyle. Michael Pickett, he was in the second to last heat. He's taken lane 4 for tonight's A final. Back from injury, he's a weapon over the 50. He's going to be a hard one to beat.
Yeah, very experienced Michael at these conditions. Right next to him, though, Cameron Gray. All these boys, they want that 50. Harrison Clowens won it last year. He'll be wanting to defend his title. 22.16 won it last year. Let's see if they can beat that time. I think Commonwealth 21.9. Tough one to get, but let's really get behind our boys.
We then go to the 200 freestyle for multiclass. It was a great performance by Matt Cofoyd, who did a New Zealand record in the S18 category. Well done to Matt. Then the 100 backstroke. What a swim from Milan Glintmeyer. I mean, there was 3 things to celebrate there. Pan Pacific qualifying, New Zealand age group record 17-year-old girls, and equalling the New Zealand record held by Emily Thomas, and that's been held for 17 years.
Yeah, 2009 super suit era. So for one of our young up-and-coming swimmers, Milan, to get that time shows her real class. I saw it in that 200 last night. Her skills are really next level, I think. So if she can find that a little bit more, let's try and get her, the record to herself tonight. Hopefully that can be done.
Amber George, Savannah Eve Martin, the 2 coast swimmers on either side of her tonight, hoping to get that 1 minute .4 for that Pan Pac time.
Yeah, exciting. These coast girls are working hard, training together. Michael Weston's been doing a great job with them. Once again, come on girls, let's get those times.
The 100 metres butterfly for multi-class, Amy Van Aert. She got that S18 record. Well done to Amy this morning. 400 metres freestyle for the men. Ariel Mochirahondo sitting in lane 4, 3:57. Honestly looked like he was cruising this morning, like he did in the 200 IM. I think there's far more in the tank. In fact, Steve, I reckon maybe a 17-year-old New Zealand record held by Mr. Loader may be under threat.
Wouldn't that be a sight to see? We know his class. Obviously, I don't know what he's sort of thinking through this week, but he'll want a national title, open title. So, Clareberg got him last night. 400 AM still to come as well, but to get that 400 free title for New Zealand, that's a good one to get.
Brendan Visser in there as well, who could be a smoker. He's in lane 3, and also the other coast swimmer, James Lee, in lane 5. The 100 breaststroke was the other one to mention this morning. Brianna Crawford and Zalika Pratt-Smith finding themselves in the middle lanes again. Got a bit of work to do. 109s this morning. I think there's more in the tank there from both of them. But the standout performer, April Lynn, the 13-year-old, got the New Zealand age group record 1:13, Steve.
Yeah, that's a bit faster than you ever went, Scott, so we know that's a classy swimmer, 1:13. What I like is there's some really good battles across our events this week. We've got to keep trying to do that so it improves our whole swimming depth across New Zealand. To have a 13-year-old, that's a great start for us, but keen to see this battle tonight in that 100 breaststroke for the women.
Let's just show the viewers tonight what we're looking at for the finals on the screen. We start with the 200 metres freestyle for the women, followed by the 50 freestyle for the men, then into the 200 freestyle multi-class women and men, then into the 100 backstroke for the women, the finals C, 17-18 B final, and then the A. 100 metres butterfly multi-class and the men's, and then the 100 breaststroke for the women. followed by the 400 freestyle for the men, 200 fly for the women, and then we finish with 2 relays, 4x100 metre mixed gender relay, if I got that right, and then the 4x100 freestyle mixed relay as well. That's the lineup for tonight. Hope you enjoy the action. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back. Please put your hands together and thank and welcome our technical officials as they make their way onto pool deck. Introducing your referees for this evening's session for the men's events, Gavin Ion. For the women's events, Joe Davidson. Your starter for the men's events this evening, Sheridan Buchanan. For the women's events, Ross Gillespie. Your technical director for these championships, Diane Farmer. Thank you, officials. Please be seated. Would now like to ask David Jack from the Swimming New Zealand Trust and life member of Swimming New Zealand here in front of me. Welcome, David. We've got some very special awards to give away this evening. The Emerging Swimmer of the Year for the Mako region, and that goes to Alfie Weatherston Harvey. That is Alfie Weatherston Harvey. Well done, Alfie. Emerging Swimmer of the Year for Mako. Get a quick photo. Thank you, Alfie. The Emerging Swimmer of the Year for Aquanites is Ariel Mochirahondo. And the Emerging Swimmer of the Year Para is Riley Sayer. So New Zealand Swimming Trust offering some support to our up-and-coming emerging swimmers. And thank you to David Jack from New Zealand Swimming Trust for representing the Trust and presenting those awards. We'll be back after this break to kick off the C final of the women's 200 metres freestyle. Welcome back, and the first event of the program is event number 10, the women's 200 freestyle. Please put your hands together and welcome out our C finalists onto pool deck. C final of the women's 200 metres freestyle in lane 1 from Icebreaker, Violet Carter. 2 from Swimming Australia, Madeline McTurnan. 3 from Coast, Zoe Crawford. 4 from Jazzy, Brooke Bennett. 5 from Wharanui, Hannah Abdo. 6 from Mount Maunganui, Amelia McEwen. 7 from United, Marley Coverdale. 8 from St Paul's, Tessa Scott.
Brooke Bennett leading through the first lap of our C final, 29.67. Her time to make this final this evening, 2:07.93. Zoe Crawford, lane 3 from the Coast Swim Club, and Hannah Abdu from Wharanui in lane 5. So a good little battle coming forward here in this C final. Brooke Bennett leading through in 1:01.46. Let's see who's got a little bit of energy on this third 50 now for this C final to start off our evening. A Christchurch battle happening here in the middle of the pool. Hannah Abdu, Brooke Bennett from Jazzy and Wharanui. Brooke Bennett with a slight lead at this stage. Zoe Crawford on to the third position. But here comes Hannah Abdu.
That's what you want in the final 50. Have someone alongside you really push you along. You can see the intensity here in the final 25. Brooke Bennett in lane 4, breathing over to Hannah Abdu. Looks to have the edge at the moment with 15 metres to swim. She can see her. Abdo looks over now. Put the head down to the wall. Who's going to win the C final? And Abdo gets there by 3/100ths of a second. And a good improvement on the heat swims this morning.
2:06.17 takes the win. 2:06.20. Very tight battle. Zoe Crawford under that 2:10 mark, 2:09.42. A great finish there by Hannah on that second 100. Got her timing right. Good finish there onto the wall as we wait for those summary of results from our C final. There they are. As we move to the next final, the B final, which is also the 17 and 18 age group final.
In lane 1 from Hitatonga Sun Devils, Lola Nichols. Lane 2 from North Canterbury, Millie Bell. 3 from North Shore, Kezia Bassini. 4 from Hamilton Aquatics, Holly McDonald. 5 from Swim Rotorua, Olivia Emmett. 6 from North Shore, Alexis Bassini. 7 from United, Macy Haynes. 8 from Hamilton Aquatics, Ariella Riley. (17, 18-year-old final. We've got one of the 18-year-olds in the next day final, Alyssa Tapper, and her time this morning, 2:05.89. So very close. The top performer this morning in this race was 2:07.65. That's Holly McDonald, lane 4. So this field looking to drive them all through to faster times this evening. We saw it yesterday, Steve. These swimmers bringing the goods in the evening.
Yeah, that's right. And we've got Olivia Emmett, who raced last night with a strong performance. She's taken this one out strong, as well as Ariella Riley over in lane 8. But Olivia Emmett from Swim Rotorua, so a great training partner in Ariel Machado Hondo. So good to see them getting really aggressive through this first 100.
Yeah, this has obviously been part of the plan, is to really go out quickly. She's got a half body length lead that has been reduced over that second 25 of that return journey. Holly McDonald working hard to stay in touch here with Olivia Emmett in the orange cap. And this time Emmett breathing to her right over at McDonald, keeping things in check in this all-important third 50 of the 200 freestyle. This is where often the race is won and lost. Emmett still leads, maintaining that, now almost increasing that lead to 3/4 of a body length. She turns, look at lane 8 there, Steve. Ariel O'Reilly going extremely well out there too from Hamilton Aquatics.
Yeah, Olivia Emmett this morning, 2:09 in the pro, and from her heat swim, she looks like she's going to really take that one down. She's put together a very great swim performance here. Took it out strong, backed herself in that first 100. She's trying to lift the rating again with 20 metres left to swim, 15 now. Olivia Emmett from Sumurotorua is going to take this 17-18 final.
What a swim from her from start to finish. Olivia Emmett, 2:04.61. That will be the time to beat.
That was a great performance from Olivia there. Looking at her splits, 28.5, 31.2, 32.7 and a 32.1 to finish. So a great 200 freestyle performance there. As we watch her come into the wall, we'll wait for that summary of the results. There they are on the scoreboard, the summary of the B final, 17-18 age final. Up next is the New Zealand Open A final.
In lane 1 from Hamilton Aquatics, Alyssa Lawson. Lane 2 from Swimming Australia, Giselle Davey. Lane 3 from Coast Swimming Club, Eve Thomas. Lane 4 from North Shore, Erica Fairweather. Lane 5 from Neptune, Caitlin Deans. Lane 6 from Swimming Australia, Jade Starr. Lane 7 from North Shore, Chelsea Edwards. Lane 8 from St Peters, Alyssa Tapper. Pretty even off the start here in the fastest 8 of the women in the country over 200 metres freestyle. Leading the way down the first lap, no surprises, Erica Fairweather comes out quickly. Also the Australian Giselle Davey, the 19-year-old in lane 2. Down the first 50 we go, really setting themselves up here for the 3 lengths to follow.
Yeah, keep an eye over on lane 7, Chelsea Edwards as well. She's gone out in a 27.6 into that third position, but it is Erica Fairweather, 27.17. Let's see what happens during the second 50. Who wants to try and pick up a little bit of the pace? We know even Caitlin are going to come at that back end as well.
Chelsea Edwards sitting in a good position out there in lane 7. You know she starts strongly, the 50 and 100 metre specialist. Now, relay spots up for grabs, I'm sure, on this event. All of these women will know that. They want to make sure they're in the top 4, top 5 here to finish. Erica Fairweather in a class of her own down the third 50. 1.5 body lengths clear over the Australian. Chelsea Edwards slenderly holding on to third.
Here comes Caitlin Dean in lane 5. Eve Thomas lane 3. They're starting to appear through. Great even across the field for that second, third position, but it is Erica Fairweather into the 150 mark.
This is the difference between world class and domestic swimming here. Erica Fairweather well out in front. New Zealand record 155.44. Can she go under that tonight? A 4:01 in the 400. Can she go a 155 in the 200? Winding it up over the final 25. Let's make some noise for Erica Fairweather. 15 metres to swim. Caitlin Dean's coming through for second here. Pushing hard is Jade Star in 6. She comes in 1:55.06. A new Zealand record for Erica Fairweather. Caitlin Dean's 1:58.71. Third will go to Jade Star. Third of the Kiwis, Eve Thomas, 2:04.
Some great performances through all of that race, but Erica Fairweather really brought it home there with a 29.04 in her last 50 for the 1:55.06. A really strong back in there by Caitlin Deans as well to come home with a 1:58.71 for that silver. The New Zealand bronze, Eve Thomas, almost dipping under that 2-minute barrier of 2 minutes, .04. And there's that summary results as we wait for Erica to exit the water and catch up with Scott Rice, but a great performance. And just to note that Alyssa Tapper has also taken out the 17-18-year-old age group gold medal as well. So congratulations to Alyssa, 2:02.12.
Well done. What a swim. Outstanding. We just about fell off our seats there. What a swim. 1:55.0. Your reaction?
Yeah, I'm so stoked. That's the fastest I've ever been. It would have been nice to be a 54, but that's coming this season.
You must feel really pleased to be in this form, in this championships with the year ahead.
Oh, absolutely. With where I'm at in my training, this is a really good sign.
Talk us through some of the stuff you've been working on in training without going into too much detail, but what are some of those things that you have wanted to do to take yourself to the next level?
It's definitely the skills for me. I think that's always been my major work on, and I feel like we're starting to make some real progress with it.
Talk about the skills for the people at home. What does that mean?
Definitely the turns and the starts.
Turns and starts. Well, it's all come together tonight. Erica Fairweather, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, swimmers. We move now to the next event. It is event 11, the men's 50-metre freestyle. First up is our C final.
The C final of the men's 50 freestyle, the splash and dash. Only 23 seconds to watch these guys. Nothing in it down the first 25. Let's have a look. Lane 5, I think it is Zach Dell. Zach Dell just edging ahead at the moment. He was part of that record-breaking relay team last night. Dell coming through. He gets there, 23.09. Shaves about 0.25 of a second off his heat swim this morning.
Yeah, strong performance there by Zach all the way through. Used all his experience there, the 25-year-old, 23.09. In second, Tom Gold, 23.38. And in third place in our C final, Hugo Rathel, 23.48. We'll wait for those summary of results before we move to the B final, 17 and 18 age final. And in lane 1, from Icebreaker Aquatics, Eric Wong. In 2, from Swim Zone, Kane Howard. In 3, from Hamilton Aquatics, Orlando Hardy. In 4, Luke Manderson from Whanganui Swim Club. In 5, Rui Hugh, Roscoe Swimming Club. In 6, from Phoenix, Bruce Shen. In 7, from Mount Eden Swimming, Isaac Gear. And in lane 8 from Coast, Jonathan Swanepoel.
The 17, 18-year-old boys coming down the first 25. Just starting to see if we can see a leader emerging at the moment. Really nothing in it. 4 of them all together from 3 through to 6. It might be lane 3 coming through. Orlando Hardy from Hamilton Aquatics. Is he going to get there? No, it's Luke Manderson. Luke Manderson gets there for the win, 23-2-0. That was close, just 0.1 separating the first 4.
Yeah, that was great racing there by our age group boys. Still have one age grouper still to swim, Igor Razanov in the A final, so we'll keep an eye on those times. 23-2-0 from Luke Manderson. A great touch on the wall to finish as we wait for those official results. And there we are, our 17-18 age final. Luke Manderson, 23-2-0. Here's our A finalists.
In lane 1 from Coast Swimming Club, Igor Razanov. Lane 2 from Coast, Jasper Cornish. Lane 3 from United, Harry Clowens. Lane 4 from United, Michael Pickett. Lane 5 from United, Cameron Gray. Lane 6 from United, Carter Swift. Lane 7 from United, Cale Twist. And lane 8 from United, Jack Hendy. Well, the action's going to be between lanes 3 and 6. Look for the middle of the pool. Who's going to get the right start? Michael Pickett away, the hovercraft in lane 4. Multiple New Zealand champion, 25 champion Harry Clowens in 5. Coming through. No, it's Cam Gray. Pickett still holding on. I think Pickett might get this. Lane 3 coming strongly. Clowens gets there. He defends his title. Harry Clowens, 22-3-2. Pickett gets the silver, Cameron Gray the bronze. And really, just it was that final 10 metres from Harry Clowens to just put the afterburners on into the wall.
Yeah, great performance there by Harry. He's been really focusing on this 50. Really appeared with that last 5 metres. And he takes that win. Nice clean touch. 22-3-2. A great performance there. United taking gold, silver and bronze. And Scott will grab a quick word. The defending champion from last year, Harrison Clowens, takes out the 2026 title.
What a stacked field, Harry. Congratulations. You won it in 25. You've come back to successfully defended in 26. How's your reaction? How you feel?
Yeah, I'm stoked. That was a hard race. Shout out to the boys. Mikey was pushing me the whole way. I saw him. He's fast, man, so stoked to get that last 10.
Absolutely, last 10. We talked about that. So important. What was going through your head in that last 10? You probably knew the start was going to be pretty even across the board, but that last 10 was going to come down to that.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that was going through my head is just like stay on, keep the technique, rating. Really trying to lift the rating in the last 10, so yeah.
50-metre freestyle, such a different event to so many events in the program. We've seen what Cam McAvoy's done in the 50 metres in the last year or so. Tell us a little bit about your training to get the best out of yourself over that one length.
I mean, there's a lot of quality work. Everything that we do is like intentful, no wasted yardage. I'm also doing the 100, so there's still a bit of back-end speed in there, but love the 50.
Harry Clowens, ladies and gentlemen, New Zealand champion 50 freestyle.
Congratulations, Harrison. We move now to our next final event, 106, the multiclass 200 freestyle for women. And in lane 1 from North Canterbury, Genevieve Watson-Christie. In lane 2, Mackenzie Drake, Aquagym. In 3, from Hamilton Aquatics, Melissa Donahue. In 4, Chloe Gladwin from Whakatane Swimming Club. In 5, from Pukekohe, Amy Van Aert. In 6, from Wharanui, Brooke Anderson. In 7, also from Wharanui, Charlotte Rosen. And in lane 8, Amber Proudfoot from Aquagym Swimming Club.
Look at that strong start by Chloe Gladwin in the middle of the pool. Really nice, smooth technique, Chloe Gladwin. She really moves quickly down the pool. Not a lot of splash coming off her freestyle.
Very efficient freestyle from Chloe there in the S19 category. She swims under her time this morning, 2:21.89. Looks to get out nice and aggressive, which is great to see. Some attacking freestyle here this evening. Going through in lane 1 is Genevieve, who's gone through in a 41.33. And in third place at the moment is Brooke Anderson, 43.75. But a strong showing here from Chloe Gladwin from the Whakatane Swimming Club. She heads to her 100-metre mark.
She did a 2:21 this morning, Steve. Her New Zealand record held at 2:20.98. So that's the time we'll be looking for to see if she can surpass her own New Zealand record she set at the national age groups a few weeks ago. She really took home a medal haul, huge medal haul at Nags. But looking over the rest of the field, a number of different multi-class classifications here. From a couple of S7s there in lane 2 and 6 with Mackenzie and Brooke. We've got 2 S19s, 3 S18s, and Amber Proudfoot S8s in lane 8. All wanting to better their own best times. Chloe Gladwin coming down the final 50 now.
Just having a quick look at her splits here, Scott. Chloe, 34.6 on the second 50, 36.2. If she can find a little bit of something on this last 25, she'll definitely break that New Zealand record again. Chloe Gladwin, 15 metres left to swim.
The time clicking over, 2:13.14. She's got to go into 2:20. She's going to smash this, I think. Maybe by a second, maybe not smash it. 2:19.59. That's like a 1.4 second improvement on her own New Zealand record. Well done, Chloe.
Genevieve Watson here, still holding on to the second position. The time from her this morning, 3:04.14. Also in the S19 category, she looks to be having a very good swim here this evening as well. All our swimmers trying to find that little improvement. Heats to finals. Brooke Anderson in lane 6 having a good swim as well. It's 3 minutes, 0.35 for Genevieve. That's a good improvement from her heat swim. Brooke Anderson, 3:10.66. Another 4 seconds off from her time from this morning. Mackenzie, 3:20.45. And coming in to finish now, Charlotte Rosen. A 3:54.47 for Charlotte. Well, congratulations, ladies. Lots of good performances across the board there as we wait for that summary of results to see who takes out our multi-class medals. And Scott will grab the conversation with our winner. A great performance there by Chloe, breaking her New Zealand record once again. Took that one out really strong this evening. And there's our summary. Chloe Gladwin taking out the gold medal, 2:19.59, and Scott will grab a quick conversation with her. Second place, Amy Van Aert. Third, Melissa Donoghue.
Congratulations, Chloe. Another record. You did a 2:21 this morning. You did a 2:19 tonight. You were just off your own New Zealand record. What do you think you did differently tonight that you did this morning?
I think I went out a little faster, I'm not sure.
A little bit faster out. That's good. That always helps. And the Virtus Games you went to last year, whereabouts in the world was that?
Thailand.
In Thailand. Was that, had you ever been to Asia before?
No. Oh.
What was your most favourite thing about that championship? What was the best performance you had there?
Probably swimming with other swimmers of my class.
Nice work, Chloe Gladwin, ladies and gentlemen. Our champion tonight. Congratulations. All the best for your rest of your night.
We move now to the next event, 107, the men's 200-metre freestyle multi-class. In lane 1, from Blenheim, Jack Bugler. In 2, Ian Chen from St. Paul Swimming Club. In 3, a visitor from Australia, Riley Moore. In 4, Darren Sisman from Swimming Australia. In 5, from Pukekohe, Daniel Smith. In lane 6 from United, James Hayden. In 7 from United, David Beck. And in lane 8 from Aquagym, Matthew Coford.
So our record holder from this morning, Matthew Kofoid, S18, the 22-year-old from Aquagym, a 3:12.88. Let's see if he can surpass that again tonight with, I guess, the positive pressure of the final. Got a couple of visitors in here, our Australians in lane 3 and 4. Daniel Smith, our record breaker in the breaststroke from last night. And he did a 2:08.34 this morning. We'll keep an eye on that. S19. That's held by Ian Chen at 2:08.13. So 2:08.13, and knowing the form that Daniel Smith's been in, that could fall tonight. James Hayden had a good swim this morning. 2:13.06, and Ian Chen, the record holder, is actually in lane 2 for S19. He did a 2:18.
Darren Sisman taking this one out strong, 57.45 versus Daniel Smith, 58.60. A strong looking swimmer here, Darren from Australia, really lifting up his rating during this third 50.
He's got a serious rating there, Steve. He's just really working it in that third 50. The Australian Darren Sisman. The 19-year-old.
29.66 on that third 50. That's a great performance. Really backing up the second one as well. 29.88 on the second 50 to 29.66, Scott. That's really strong from the young man.
He's just got a great rhythm going on here. Going over to the other side of the field, that's Matthew Kofoid on his way through to the second 100 at the moment. A 1:57.19. He's gone about 1.7 seconds quicker, and that is a New Zealand record for Daniel Smith. He smashed it by 4 seconds. Fantastic swim. James Hayden pretty happy with the fist pump at the end of lane 6 as well.
All of our swimmers going faster than this morning, with just Matthew with 50 metres left to swim. See if he can go under the time that he did this morning and break his record.
And we'll catch a word with Darren Sisman. Darren Sisman, we'll catch a word with you at the end.
Matthew's time this morning, 3:12.88. Might be just outside that this evening, but this morning breaking that S18 record. But a good performance here across the board from our multi-class athletes in our 200 freestyles this evening. Congratulations.
Well done, Matthew, just outside your time from this morning. That concludes event 107. We'll catch a word with Darren Sisman, our winner, and we'll catch a word with Daniel Smith as well. Darren Sisman and Daniel Smith, we'll see you soon.
Some really great splits there from Darren Sisman. 27.5, 29.8, 29.6 and 30.0. Daniel Smith breaking that New Zealand record, 2:04.14. We'll just wait for those summary of results. It is Darren taking out the gold. Daniel Smith will take the New Zealand gold. James Hayden, the New Zealand silver, and Ian Chen, the New Zealand bronze.
Here with Darren Sisman from Australia. A dominant performance there in the turn of freestyle. Are you happy with that, Darren?
It's good for this season, so looking forward to sharpen it moving forward.
Good work. Now, turn of freestyle, is that your main event, or are we going to see you in other events this week?
You'll see me in other events for tomorrow and the next 2 days.
Well done. Give him a round of applause. Darren Sisman, ladies and gentlemen, a superb performance, 1:57. Congratulations. We're going to speak to Daniel now. Come on over. Congratulations, 2:04. You've gone 4 seconds under the New Zealand record held by another swimmer who was in that field, Ian Chen. That was a huge improvement from this morning. Were you cruising this morning?
Yeah, kind of just wanted to go out in the first 50 this morning and then take a rest easy, but tonight I was going to try and go at it. Not my main stroke, but...
Record-breaking form this week. Is that your night tonight? Have we got more swimming tonight or tomorrow?
I have 100 fly tonight, and then I got the rest of the week still swim.
You must feel very confident about your form at the moment going into the next ones?
A little tired, but yeah, definitely a lot more confident.
Great job. Give him a round of applause, our New Zealand champion.
Congratulations, swimmers. We'll head now to a short break before we come back for our 100-metre backstroke female finals.
Welcome back. Move now to event 12, the women's 100 metres backstroke. And our technical officials will get us underway with the C final. In lane 1 from swimming Bahrain is Amani Alo-Baidli. In lane 2 from Phoenix, Arissa Liu. 3 from Wharanui, Hannah Abdo. 4 from United, Jessie Welch. 5 from Pirates, Georgina Bell. 6 from Howak Pakaranga, Danielle Asiata. 7 from Pukekohe, Kiana Swain. And 8 from Wanaka, Hannah Kani.
Strong performance in the middle here. Jessie Welsh leading this one through in our C final. Keep an eye on Hannah Abdo. She had a strong finish in her 200 freestyle, backing it up here in this 100-metre backstroke C final. Who's got that touch on the wall? Jessie Welsh just gets there, 104.44. Hannah Abdo, 104.47. Strong performance all the way through there. And we'll wait for those summary of results for our C finalists. But a good performance there. Jessie Welsh taking that one out. 104.44. Hannah Abdo, 104.47. Arissa Liu, 105.73. As we move to our B final, the 17 and 18-year-old age final.
Lane 1 from St Paul's, Ashley Lander. Lane 2 from North Canterbury, Macy Barnes. Lane 3 from Hamilton Aquatics, Pippa Mihaka. 4 from Wharanui, Bridie Quayle. 5 from Ngātai Tuatea Atarika Swimming, Isabel Hunt. 6 from Hedatonga Sun Devils, Breeze van Veldhuizen. 7 from Aquagym, Penny Smith. 8 from Coast, Zaniqua Pratt-Smith. Looking for some good distance off the wall here, and the one that got the most was lane 3. That was Pippa Mihaka from Hamilton Aquatics. Gets away nicely down the first 50. All of it counts. As Erica Fairweather said, the skills, the start, the turns.
Especially when it comes to these backstroke events, Scotty, that underwater, utilising that 15 metres off the walls as we come into the wall now. Bridie Quayle, 31.46, leading this one through of our 17-18 final.
You can just see Pippa Mihaka making up a little bit of that ground, but Bridie Quayle just starting to work away during the swimming leg. Edges ahead now. Mihaka staying in touch, doing well out in 6. That's Breeze van Veldhuizen. Isabel Hunt in the middle there in lane 5. We've got a couple of 1 17-year-old and the next one, that's Milan. So this will be for podium finishes here for the 17, 18-year-old girls. Bridie Quayle comes in 104.38. Mihaka takes second. Isabel Hunt third to the wall. Good finish there from Isabel Hunt to get on to the top three.
Strong performance all the way through there. Good to see these battles continuing in our racing this evening. All looking for those small improvements. As we wait for the summary of results. It was Bridie Quayle 104.38 taking out the 17-18 B final. As we look towards now the New Zealand Swimming Championships 100-metre backstroke A final.
Lane 1 from Swimming Australia, Ivy Miller. Lane 2 from North Shore, Charlie Joyce. Lane 3 from Coast, Savannah Eve Martin. Lane 4 from Coast, Milan Glintmeyer. Lane 5 from Coast, Amber George. Lane 6 from North Shore, Tess Winneray. Lane 7 from Hamilton Aquatics, Georgina McCarthy. Lane 8 from Wharanui, Laura Menzies. Well, she's in record-breaking form this week, Milan Glintmeyer, equalling the New Zealand record this morning, breaking the New Zealand age group record, getting the Pan Pac standard this morning. And out they go, the three coast swimmers. You've got Savannah Eve Martin in 3. You've got Amber George in 5. They go down. We're going to have to be looking for the split, see how they go.
29.51, that's 0.05 faster than this morning for Milan Glintmeyer. So we're on track here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's lift them up for the second 50.
Milan Glintmeyer and Amber George, stroke for stroke with 25 metres to go. Savannah Eve Martin's got some work to do. Glintmeyer and George. Glintmeyer just takes the lead by a fraction at the moment. It's going to come down to the final 5 metres. The big long arms of Amber George. Can she get them to the wall? George gets there for the win. 1 minute, 0.27, and gets the Pan Pacific qualifying standard. And just outside that New Zealand record again, which is now firmly owned by Milan Glintmeyer and Emily Thomas.
Yeah, I had a message from Emily Thomas. She thought that one was going to go tonight, but these girls there getting closer and closer to breaking that barrier. A great finish there by Amber to take the gold medal, get that Pan Pacific qualifying A standard. Great performance. Milan taking out our 17 and 18-year-old gold medal as well. So wins across the board. Coast Swimming Club taking that gold, silver, bronze trifecta. And there's those official results. We'll wait for Scotty to have a catch-up as the swimmers exit the water. But 2 100 backstrokers now on their way to the Pan Pacs.
Congratulations, Amber. I can see you're absolutely exhausted. What a performance. National title for you, a Pan Pacific qualifying standard. How are you feeling?
Oh, so good. I think this morning was a bit of a shit swim for me. A lot to work on. Michael just wanted me to execute the race plan. I think I did a pretty good job. So, yeah.
Yeah, look, I walked past you, I could see you were upset this morning. Obviously a lot of chatting today with Coach about what needed to change tonight. What were some of those things?
Yeah, just the first 20 I overrated a little bit and then went out a bit too hard and just couldn't come home, but yeah.
You definitely came home tonight. We could see it was the timing of the wall. Big long arms reaching out is what got there in the end. And congratulations. Something to celebrate tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Amber George, we're going to have a quick chat to Milan Glitmeyer as well. Milan, congratulations. Couldn't quite snatch the win tonight, but what a morning this morning and tonight, really. New Zealand record, equaling it with Emily there this morning. New Zealand age group record and Pampax. The three, fantastic. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I mean, I went into tonight just knowing how good I did in the morning, and I was really proud of it. So I just wanted to have fun with some of my teammates and couldn't ask for a better bunch to do it with.
Now, you and your teammates have had a really fantastic build-up. You've had some altitude training. You've done some international competitions. How much is that contributing, you think, to your performances this week?
Oh, heaps. I mean, we've been overseas. I think 5 weeks been overseas, so huge training block, but it's all be worth it.
Milan Glitmeyer, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.
Amazing performances there. Congratulations. We move now to event 13, the 100 butterfly for the men. We'll have our first C final.
Lane 1 from United, Caleb Yin. 2 from Coast, Sam Kenny. 3 from Swimming Australia, Alistair Miller. 4 from United, Ryan Peck. 5 from Jazzy, Hugo Rothel. 6 from Wharanui, William Campbell. 7 from Ngātai Tuatea, Taraika Swimming is Declan Broadfoot. And lane 8 from Phoenix, Samuel Lang.
Ryan Peck leading through this one, 25.27 this morning. He was 55.71. Strong performance there from the United athlete. Keep an eye on who's got a little bit of back-end butterfly, but at this stage, Ryan Peck holding strong, trying to drive those hips up as we get through this last 10 metres. Ryan Peck, the 20-year-old from United, drives to the wall and touches in 55.16. That's a good improvement from his morning swim. Declan Broadfoot, 57.08 out in lane 7, and taking third was Alistair Miller, 57.09.
That's how you swim a 100 butterfly, Steve, isn't it? Just Ryan Peck just put it all on the line there. You can see he was really working hard in those final 10 metres. He managed to get that technique together and time that finish beautifully.
Yeah, looks to be a little bit of anger there, probably not making that A final. So good to see him back up, a good performance here to take out the C final and put a good performance down. As we move now to the next final, the B final, 17 and 18 age final.
Lane 1 from Coast Swimming Club, Hans Holf. Lane 2 from St Paul's, Cornet Diener. Lane 3 from North Shore, Jacob Humphreys. Lane 4 from Swim Zone Racing, Kane Howard. Lane 5 from Porirua City Aquatics, Eric Yuan. 6 from St Paul's, Neo Illich. 7 from Mount Maunganui, Flynn Beattie. And lane 8 from Coast, William Delamere. Clear leader in this one, in this field, Kane Howard. He was about what have we got? About half a second in front of the rest of the field through this 100 butterfly heats. And looking, he's got that technique of breathing to the left, which is slightly unorthodox for butterfly, normally breathing from the front. There's been a few swimmers that like to breathe to the side. He goes through first, 26.12.
Yeah, coached by Frank Terrell there at Swim Zone down at the Nine new facility down there with a 50-metre pool to utilise. So great to see Swim Zone here once again represented. Howard really taking this one out. He's only 17 as well. Really trying to lift up in this last 10 metres, Scott.
Kane Howard will win the 17, 18-year-old B final. He's got to watch out for. That's a 55.97. Great job. Lowered his time by 0.6 of a second there, and that could put him in contention. A 55.9. We've got what have we got? 3 swimmers in the A final, which will contest the 17, 18-year-old age group.
But yeah, good performance there by Kane, taking out that final this evening. Good to be in the middle lane, put down a solid performance, get that little, hopefully, personal best time as well as we wait for the summary of results. There we have it, Eric Yuan in second, Jacob Humphreys in third. 55.97 taking out our B final as we move now to the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships. 100 butterfly for men, A final.
In lane 1 from Hamilton Aquatics, Orlando Hardy. Lane 2 from Vikings, Christopher Elson. Lane 3 from United, Lewis Clearbert. Lane 4 from Swimming Australia, Thomas Nankervis. Lane 5 from Napier Aquahawks, Caleb Carlisle. Lane 6 from Swimming Australia, Harvey Lark. 7 from Roskill, Daniel Kriegting. Lane 8 from Kiwi, Neo Solomonson.
Keep an eye, Lewis Clearbert. He'll be wanting to try and get a national title here in this 100-metre butterfly. Really nice and close through this first 25.
Away cleanly here in this A final, 100 butterfly, the fastest 8s going down the pool. Looking on our screen in front of us, looks like lane 5 just starting to get an edge here. This is Caleb Carlisle on the yellow cap. No, Elson goes through lane 2. Sneaks through on the outside lane. Ilson, can he hold on the way home? That is the question. Lewis Clearbert sitting 4th at the 50. Expect to see him come home strongly. Lewis Clearbert now starting to come home. Christopher Elson trying to hold on. Clearbert and the Australian, stroke for stroke. Clearbert is increasing the rating. He goes in to the wall to win the 100 metres butterfly, 52.69. Second will go to Ilson for the Kiwis. And third for the Kiwis will go to Caleb Carlisle. Just buying his time at the 50-metre mark, knowing he's got the back end to bring it home. Chris Elson doing his very, very best. He went out quickly. He turned first and rewarded with a second of the Kiwis home, just in front of Carlisle.
There's those summary of results. Lewis Clearbert taking the gold medal. Thomas from Swimming Australia, 53.16. Elson, 53.77. And Carlisle, 53.79 for the New Zealand bronze. Scott will grab a quick word with Lewis Clearbert.
Lewis Clearbert, is there anything you can't win?
Yeah, look, that one's close. Coming to the 100 and, versing Chris and then the couple Aussies there, I was a little bit nervous thinking that, one of the Aussies was going to get one over us, but lucky pulled through today.
You were fourth at the turn. You're probably finding that out for the first time, but was that the plan, kind of just settle into that first 50 and then really build that second? Is that what your plan was tonight?
No, I wanted to go out as fast as possible. I was pretty much 50 pace at the turn, but I sort of messed up my finish. I was a little bit long, and then I saw Chris just like flip so fast. So like I was a little bit behind going into that second 50, and I knew I needed to do some work, but like I just backed myself that last sort of 10 meters. I knew that if I was close, then there was probably going to be a high chance that I was going to get through.
How important are these individual events, the performance of these individual events for your medley events? How much do you gauge how quick this was? Was this your best time, and how does that contribute to your medley?
Yeah, it's obviously super important. You get really good indicators from those individual events to see how they can translate into that 400 medley, and usually for the 400 you base yourself off the 200s, but obviously today had a little bit of fun in the 100, but yeah, like it's super important.
Lewis Clearbert, ladies and gentlemen, 100 butterfly national champion.
Congratulations, Lewis. We move to the next event, 108, the women's multi-class 100-metre butterfly. In lane 2 from Aquagym, Charlotte Murphy. In 3 from Whanganui Swim Club, Lily Fox-Mason. In 4 from Hamilton Aquatics, Riley Sayer. In 5 from Whakatane Swimming Club, Chloe Gladwin. And in lane 6 from Pukekohe Swimming Club, Amy Van Aert. Strong start in the middle of the pool there by Chloe Gladwin. Once again, looks to be taking out her races stronger in the finals. This morning, Amy Van Aert broke an S18 New Zealand record. So we'll keep an eye on her time as we go through. But at this stage, Chloe Gladwin leading this 100-metre butterfly. Riley Sayer earlier this evening taking out the award for the Emerging Swimmer of the Year for Para. So a great job, and to be recognised by the New Zealand Swimming Trust as well for Riley. But at this stage, Chloe Gladwin taking the win. Coming up strong is Lily Fox-Mason. She's had a good, strong performance going through in a 34.07. Lily Fox-Mason really trying to lift up through the second 50.
Great swimming here, para swimming. Lily Fox-Mason and lane 5, Chloe Gladwin. Chloe Gladwin, 1:11.85. And just outside her own New Zealand record.
Lily Fox-Mason with a 1:14.35, small improvement from this morning. Riley Sayer, 1:22.40, good 2-second improvement for her. Amy Van Aert coming into her finish here from the Pukekohe Club. She touches in 1:54.31, another good improvement for her this evening.
Let's look out for Charlotte Murphy. She owns the New Zealand record on this event, 2 minutes 1.27. And just outside of that, 2:06.95. We'll wait for the results of that multi-class 100 metres butterfly for the women.
Some great performances, and there's our summary. Riley Sayer takes the gold medal from Hamilton Aquatics, 1:22.40. So Scott will grab a quick word with Riley. Chloe takes the silver and Lily Fox-Mason takes the bronze medal.
Congratulations, Riley, put it there. Well done. Your first title of the championship so far this week. Big smile on your face. Love seeing that smile. Tell us how you're feeling.
Pretty surreal, actually. I'm not sure if you know this, but we checked it this morning and I got an A time for the S800 fly. So, you know, to go up for that is pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting to go as fast as I would today. So, really happy.
Well, that's a great sign early in the championships, and getting that support and that award from the Swimming New Zealand Trust, that must be special too.
Yeah, it's good, so nice to be, you know, like recognised for all my hard work that I've put in. I just want to thank my new club. Thank you for always supporting me, and I love being part of the club now.
You are always so well spoken, Riley. Love speaking with you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Riley, on another great performance. We move now to event 109, the 100 butterfly multi-class for men. In lane 1, Lance Dusto. In lane 2, from Coast, Josh Wilmer. In 3, from Pukekohe Swimming, Daniel Smith. In lane 4, from Swimming Australia, Declan Budd. In 5, from Coast, Asher Smith-Franklin. In lane 6, from Japan, Kotaru Ogiwara. In 7, David Beck from United Swimming Club. And in lane 8, from Roscoe Swimming Club, Arta Chuniko.
Beautiful work by Declan Budd in this 100 butterfly for men multi-class. The Australian, the 18-year-old swimming in S14. Asher Smith-Franklin, we all know that name, in lane 5. Coast Swimming Club, be right alongside. And in lane 3, going well, Daniel Smith in record-breaking form. And it will be Declan Budd that goes through first. Daniel Smith follows, followed by Asher Smith-Franklin. The two S14s, lane 4 and 5. And the Australian's going to easily get there first to the wall. Asher Smith-Franklin just in front of Daniel Smith at the moment in 2 different multi-class divisions.
57.03 there for Declan Budd, a great performance there. Daniel Smith, 60.03. That looks to be a New Zealand record. Asher Smith-Franklin with a 59.53. Some good performances across the board there from our multi-class 100-metre butterflyers, but Declan Budd, a strong performance all the way through. But a New Zealand record for Daniel Smith in the
We'll
S19.
catch a word with Declan Budd. Declan, if you can come over and have a quick chat.
As we wait for those official results to come through.
Actually, we do have to wait for the official results. You're right, Steve.
Declan Budd takes the gold, visitors gold medal, 57.03. Daniel Smith, the New Zealand gold. Asher Smith-Franklin, the silver, and Josh Wilmer, the bronze for New Zealand.
Here with Declan Budd. Congratulations, Declan. 57 seconds. That was very, very impressive. Are you enjoying being here in New Zealand?
Yeah, I'm really loving it. You know, all the people are so nice, the culture, the food. I love it, man.
57.0, how does that compare to your career best?
Sadly, that wasn't my best. But, you know, this whole competition is just about fixing the 1%ers and just getting better for trials in a couple of weeks in Sydney.
Fantastic. Well, well done. Congratulations and all the best for your rest of your races.
Thank you.
We're going to have a chat to Daniel Smith again. Another New Zealand record. Come on over here. You keep breaking them. We talked about it earlier. Fantastic. You're putting it together this week. Tell us about your training and your preparation leading in here, because clearly you've done some work.
I think training's been more dedicated to like events like these now since we're bigger. And I just feel like just putting in more time and the more work into it, the strokes and everything, and it's just coming together.
How many sessions a week are you putting in each week?
I think 9 at this moment.
Have you got anyone you want to say hello to, thank, coaches, mums, dads?
I'd like to thank my mum for always being there in the hard times, and I'd like to thank the coach, Sheldon, for helping me get here to this level.
Well done. Daniel Smith, ladies and gentlemen, another record, another win for him this evening. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations all of our swimmers so far this evening. We'll just go to a short break here before we recap the first half of our evening and then some medals.
Well, that's halfway through our day 2 finals, Steve, and we started off with that 200-metre freestyle for the women. What a race by Erica Fairweather, a New Zealand record 1:55.0, and I think it even surprised herself just about how fast she's swimming at the moment.
Yeah, really great performance, really showed her class. Listening to the interview with you, it would have been nice, she said, to see that 1:54, but we know what she's trying to do later in the year, so looking forward to, continuing on that journey with her, and then to bring some other girls along with her if we head towards that 4x2 as well. That's looking really strong.
50 metres freestyle for the men, a stacked field there, and Harry Clowens, who won it last year, managed to come back and defend his title. It was tight, it was close.
Yeah, good to see him step up. A little bit of pressure when it comes to those evening finals. You've got to get that race perfect, and that's what it seems Harrison did tonight. He really nailed that finish in that last 5 metres. So a great performance here across the board from all of our United athletes, taking the gold, silver and bronze.
Daniel Smith got his first New Zealand record of the night in the 200 freestyle for the men's multiclass 2:04.14, and in the women's event, Chloe Gladwin getting the New Zealand record in that 200 free for multiclass too. So great to see those records falling.
Yeah, really strong, really nice, smooth freestyle by our S19 multi-class athletes there tonight. And, they continue to just keep improving race after race, Scott, and we need to keep doing that at our national championships.
Those 3 coast swimmers in the middle of the pool for the 100 backstroke. This time, Amber George upsetting Milan Glintmeyer in lane 4, the New Zealand record holder. So lots of action happening across the backstroke today.
Yeah, I mean, Amber just obviously, as I think you said, you saw her this morning looking a bit upset. She's gone away with her coach, Michael Weston, and really focused. She's come back really determined this evening, and that showed in that finish. That was a pure classy swim from her, a personal best, getting that Pan Pacific time under the belt as well. Great performance.
Men move to the 100 metres butterfly for the men, and Lewis Clareburt never really in doubt. He, as he said, he went out with everything he had in that first 50, and then really started to just try and really continue that pace all the way back and swallowed up the rest of the competition.
Yeah, Lewis, classy is always, we've always probably known him more as a 200-metre butterfly, but to see him show some class and some speed in the 100's always good to have him amongst our event. Last year, unfortunately, he wasn't here, so it's great to have him back racing at our national championships.
We then had the 100 butterfly for the women multi-class. They did a great job. And we also, just having a look at those, Riley Sayer won that one. She did a good job in that event and got that special award tonight as well. And then the 100 butterfly for multiclass. Remember, Daniel Smith, New Zealand record S19, and that dominant performance by Declan Budd, the visitor.
Yeah, some really great. I think Riley may have got that S8's qualification standard for the para pan packs as well. So just trying to look through our records of swimming upper class, because there is no butterfly for her S7. So if she gets that S8 time, she can swim up a multi-classification at the para pan pack. So congratulations to both of those multi-class 100-metre butterfly athletes.
Well, that's a wrap on the first half of the session. We'll be back after this break with the first of our medal presentations. Welcome back to the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships, live from the National Aquatic Centre in Auckland. Medal presentation, a welcome to Greg Warnecki, the CEO of Paralympics New Zealand. Great to have you here with us, Greg, to present the medals here for the first half of the session. And we're going to kick off with the medal presentation for the women's 200 metres freestyle. The A final, the open category. Bronze medal goes to Eve Thomas and to our visitor Jade Starr. Eve swimming a 2 minutes, .04. Silver goes to Caitlin Deans, 1:58.71. And the gold, and a new Zealand record time, Erica Fairweather, North Shore. And Commonwealth and Pan Pac qualifying standard. The 17, 18-year-old girls 200 freestyle medal presentation. Bronze goes to Holly McDonald, 2 minutes 6.60. Silver goes to Olivia Emmett, 2:04.61. Gold goes to Alyssa Tapper, 2:02.12. Moving now to the 50 freestyle. Bronze goes to Cameron Gray, 22.56 from United. Silver goes to Michael Pickett, United, 22.51. And the gold goes to Harrison Clowens, 22.32. (17, 18-year-old age group, 50 metres freestyle). Bronze goes to Bruce Shen, 23.27. Silver goes to Luke Manderson, 23.20. And winning the gold medal, Igor Razanov, 22.94. .200 freestyle for the women, multi-class. Bronze goes to Melissa Donahue, 3:41.23. Silver goes to Amy Van Aert, 3:34.58. She got the New Zealand record this morning. And gold, Chloe Gladwin, in a New Zealand record, S19, 2:19.59 from Whakatane Swim Club. 200 freestyle for men multi-class. Bronze goes to our visitor Riley Moore and our Kiwi Ian Chen, 2:09.46 and 2:14.86. Silver goes to James Hayden, 2:09.98. And winning the gold, Daniel Smith in a new Zealand record, S19, 2:04.14 from Pukekohe. And Darren Sisman from Swimming Australia, 1:57.19. Hundred backstroke for the women. Open. Bronze medal goes to Savannah Eve Martin, 1:01.02. Silver goes to Milan Glintmeyer, 1 minute, 0.36. And winning, Amber George, 1 minute, 0.27. And a Pan Pacific qualifying standard time. Hundred backstroke, 17.18. Bronze goes to Pippa Mihaka, 1:04.87. Silver, Bridie Quayle, 1:04.38. And winning the gold, Milan Glintmeyer, 1 minute, 0.36. Also under the Pampac qualifying standard time. 100 butterfly for men, open. Caleb Carlisle gets the bronze, 53.79. Silver goes to Christopher Elson and our visitor Thomas Nankervis. Chris Elson, 53.77. And Thomas, 53.16. And the winner, Lewis Clearbert, 52.69 from United. The 17-18 100 butterfly for the boys. Bronze, Orlando Hardy, 54.82. Daniel Craigton gets the silver from Roskell, 54.78. And winning the gold, Neo Salomonson, 54.37. Medals presented by CEO of Paralympics New Zealand, Greg Warnecki. 100 butterfly women, multi-class. Bronze goes to Lily Fox Mason, 1:14.35. Chloe Gladwin gets the silver, 1:11.85 from Whakatane. And the winner, Riley Sayer, 1:22.40 from Hamilton Aquatics, also gets their S8 time for the Para Pampacs for the 100 metres butterfly. No S7 there. 100 butterfly for men multi-class medal presentation. Bronze goes to Joshua Wilmer, 108.06. Silver goes to Asher Smith-Franklin, 59.53. Daniel Smith wins the gold in a New Zealand record S19 time of 1 minute, .03 from Pukekohe. Halfway through his warm down. And our visitor won outright, Declan Budd from Australia, 57.03. That concludes the medal presentation for the first half of the session. Thank you to CEO Paralympics New Zealand, Greg Wolnicki, for presenting those medals. We'll be back after this break to resume the program with the 100 breaststroke for the women. Welcome back. We begin the second half of the program with the women's 100 metres breaststroke. And coming onto pool deck now, the C finalists.
Our C finalists in lane 1 from North Shore, Anaya Moritz. In 2, Suki Jia from Coast Swimming Club. 3, Samantha Tilley, St. Paul Swimming. 4, Imogen Child, North Shore. 5, India Vaughan, North Shore Swimming. 6, Nina Rice, Coast Swimming Club. 7, Emma Eiston, Aquablades. 8, Sophia Neems, Howick Pakaranga. Lane 5 and lane 1 having a little battle here as we look in through our C final. Namaritz 35.53, India Vaughan 35.74, little North Shore battle. Let's see who's got this all-important second 50 coming through, making sure they're keeping their hips nice and high, making sure those arms are really driving them forward. Looks to be India Vaughan coming through here. Lane 4, Imogen Child making a late attack here in this 100-metre breaststroke C final. But India Vaughan 1:17.08. 2-second improvement from this morning. Anaya Moritz from North Shore 1:18 takes second place in our C final. And Imogen Child taking third place in our C final this evening. As we wait for those summary of results to pop up on screen, North Shore taking the first 3 places there in our C final. As we move now to the B final, the 17 and 18-year-old age final.
In lane 1 from North Shore, Olivia Bates. In lane 2 from Blenheim, Nicola Lovell. Lane 3 from United, Kitty Lovett. 4 from Pukekohe, Jessica Cochran. 5 from Central Hawke's Bay Swimming, Paige Franklin. 6 from Pirate Swim Team, Kate Hurley. 7 from Kiwi, Olivia McBride. 8 from St Paul's, Isabel Blackmore. The middle of the lanes are where the action's at, down the first 15 metres. Now starting to emerge at the front, lane 4, Jessica Cochran in the black cap, lane 4. High body position in the recovery there, getting nice and high, lunging forward with that big kick.
Jessica Cochran this morning, 1:15.92, leading this B final. 34.25 in second place at this stage. Paige Franklin, third. Nicola Lovell. 3:17, 18-year-olds in the next A final. We'll see how these girls track. Can they put some pressure on?
Yeah, Nicola Lovell doing a good job here in lane 2. Got a very fast turnover. Just keeps those arms quite up the front there. Not wasting any extra energy, but it is Cochran that is bringing it home. Jessica Cochran, lane 4, coming home strongly, lane 6, Kate Hurley as well. Hurley looking good, lane 3's there too, Kerry Lovett. And it'll be Jessica Cochran that wins this B final. There are 3 of the 17, 18-year-olds in the next A final. So they'll have to look out for those times.
Yeah, some good improvements across the board there. In our 17-18 final, Jessica Cochran leading from start to finish, finishing with a 1:13.8. That would have put her in the A final if she had done that this morning. So good to see her lifting up, putting some pressure on the other finalists still to come. There's our official results. As we move now to the 2026 New Zealand Swimming Championships A finalists.
Lane 1 from Parnell Swimming, Alyssa Wangford. Lane 2 from Neptune, Lily McGrath. Lane 3 from United, Alex McIntosh. 4 from Coast, Zyleka Pratt-Smith. 5 from Waitakere Swimming Club, Brianna Crawford. Lane 6 from Phoenix, April Lynn. 7 from North Shore, Grace Jeromson. Lane 8 from United, Ava Neems. The A final, the 2 swimmers in the middle of the field have emerged quickly to the front of the field. Lane 4, lane 5, Pratt Smith. And we have Brianna Crawford charging down the first lap. Certainly be seeing each other out the corner of their eye, wanting to keep to their race plan. Speaking to Paul Kent earlier this afternoon, just about Brianna Crawford's swim this morning, just a few things to work on there. But it is Brianna Crawford that goes through first, 32.14, 0.3 in it at the moment. The qualifying time for Pampax, 1:06. It's pretty quick. Going to have to really do something pretty extraordinary tonight.
Here comes Alika Pratt-Smith. Probably a bit more known for her 200. She seems to be trying to really lift it up with 15 metres left to swim. They're getting side by side now with 10 metres.
Zylika Pratt-Smith challenging here for the win from Brianna Crawford. It's going to come down to the touch. Look for the lunge. Crawford gets there, 109.92, just 0.3. That was the difference at the 50. That was the difference at the finish. And looking, April Lynn has gone under her New Zealand age group record again, 1:13.11. Let's give them a round of applause for that New Zealand age group record and our winner, Brianna Crawford.
Really gutsy performance there by our leading females, but great to see April Lynn breaking that age group record once again. A 1:13 for her, and also the fourth position. But there's our results. Brianna Crawford, 109.92 as those females exit the water. Scott will grab Brianna for a quick interview. Zylika Pratt-Smith gets the silver, 1:10.22. Alex McIntosh, 1:13.03. She'll take out the 17 and 18-year-old age group gold medal as well.
Here with Brianna Crawford, the winner here tonight. That was close. 0.3 of a second at the 50. That's where it landed at the finish, but I'm sure you could sense how close that was.
Yeah, I mean, I always enjoy racing Zai. She's an amazing competitor, and, you know, I really think when we race next to each other, we really get the best out of each other when we're side by side like that. So always a privilege to race next to her.
109 this morning. Words with Paul Kent throughout the day just to refine things tonight.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I wanted to go a bit faster than that, but 2 9s in a day is pretty good. So we'll just keep working on it throughout the meet and see where we go from here. So,
University of Wisconsin, but you've been back about a year now training at Waitakere Swimming Club. How's everything going?
It's been really good. I was at Indiana, sorry.
Whoops, correction.
That's all right.
I got confused by the W.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been really great being back with Paul, and I really enjoyed my time in the States. Really grateful to have had the opportunity, but really grateful to put what I've learned to good use here tonight and do Waitakere proud. So, yeah, it's been a good start to the meet.
200 to come still in the championships. That's the number one, the goal there tonight, or was it 100?
I mean, you know, we wanted both, but yeah, I'll just keep refining through the meet, see how the 200 goes. I mean, I've always loved the 200. It's always had a special place in my heart. So, yeah, I'm just excited to see how this goes, and just wanted to thank everyone who helped me get here tonight. It's great to be back in front of a home crowd again, and looking forward to seeing what we can do for the rest of the week. So,
Brianna Crawford, ladies and gentlemen, 100 breaststroke champion.
Congratulations, Brianna, and to April Lynn for that 13 age group record. We now move to event 15, the 400 freestyle for our men. First up, our C final. C final in lane 1 from Mount Maunganui, Riley McEwen. In 2 from North Shore, Daita Busini. In 3 from Wharanui, Joel Veron. In 4 from Mount Maunganui, Sheldon Hogan. In 5, Dominic Barden from North Shore. 6, Jack Love Blenheim. 7 is Andre Herbst, Whakatane Swimming Club. And 8, Finlay McNabb, Blenheim Swimming Club. Lots of different ages across the board here in our C final. At this age, Zondre from the Whakatane Swimming Club leading this one through 57.81 this morning. His total time 4:21.19. Good to see all the little tactics coming into play during the 400 freestyle. Who likes to take it out strong? Who's really working on keeping their legs nice and light, saving them up for that last 100 metres or last 50 even. But Zondre still leading this one through at the 150 mark. 31.85. Jack Love coming into second place there with a 31.3 on that 50. And he's taking over this lead heading into the 200 metre mark. Jack Love, the 19-year-old from Blenheim. He'll touch first at the 200 metres in a 2:01.34 with a 31.39 for that 50. Where's the little attacks going to come from during this second half of this 400 free C final? In lane 5, Dominic Barden, the 14-year-old from the North Shore Club. Keep an eye on him. But Jack Love taking control of this race during this third 100 metres here. Another 31.4. Dominic Barden making his way through with a 31.8. Joel Viren as well. He's popped up into the third position now, coming through. Joel Viren's time this morning, 4:18.2. But at this stage, Jack Love from Blenheim. 100 metres left to swim. Isn't it great to see? Now we have to listen to whistles at the 300 metre mark during 400s. Always a pleasant sound when you're a swimmer.
Never heard one, Steve, actually, in my whole swimming career, luckily.
The desperation normally heard in the distance races. Now we get to hear them in the 400s as well for people who can't count 8 laps. But Jack Love taking control here. 50 metres left to swim. Can Joel Viren find a little bit of something on his last 50? Dominic Barden, the 14-year-old in lane 5, holding on to the third position. But Joel Viren finding a little bit of energy. Jack Love's going to have to work hard on this last 25. They're eyeballing each other, these C finalists. As they come past me here, looks to still be Jack Love in control. And a good finish there. Jack Love takes it 4:09.54. 10-second improvement from this morning's swim. Joel Viren, 9 seconds faster than this morning. So some really good swimming here by our C finalists. We'll wait for those official results to come through as our C finalists exit the water. But it was Jack Love. He took control at that 150 to 200 metre mark and never let it go. 4:09.54. Next up is the B final, our 17 and 18-year-old age group finalists.
Lane 1 from Icebreaker Aquatic, Sam Rowe. Lane 2 from St Paul's, Alexander Coppichon. Lane 3 from North Shore, Bradley Searle. 4 from North Shore, Luke Jackson. 5 from Sum Rotorua, Zach Pask. 6 from North Shore, Jack Barton. 7 from North Shore, Jacob Humphreys. 8 from Kiwi, William McFarlane.
All to swim for here, these 17 and 18-year-olds in our B final.
4 of the North Shore swimmers in here, Steve. 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Zach Pask in the middle lane, 5, Sum Rotorua. And we're looking ahead to there is 3 18-year-olds in the A final that will have to contend with for this podium on the 17-18. And in the early stages, the outside lane is where the action is at. It's lane 7, Jacob Humphreys of North Shore, 17 years of age, did a 4:21.61 this morning, going out nice and strongly through this first 100. And a good lot of competition in the training squad, I'm sure. As we've touched on, Steve, some of these big squads creating that environment, that competitive environment, day in, day out, morning and night, to push each other along.
Fighting for the coach's attention, as always. Luke Jackson taking control through this third lap of our 400 metres here. The North Shore boys all 1, 2, 3, 4 at this stage. It's going to take a big move from somebody else to take control of them during this B final. Luke Jackson at the 150 mark, 129.99. Look out, lane 3, Bradley Searle. He seems to be popping his head at this stage during this 175-metre mark.
Luke Jackson from a long pedigree of successful swimmers. Mum and dad back in the 90s watching on, cheering on their son Luke, lane 4, leading the way here in the 17-18 B final.
Luke's gone through in a 2:01.97. Another 31-second split for that 50 metres. Who's going to find something during this third 100? Over in lane 6, Jack Barton. He's looking to be trying to really ramp it up here. Big swinging right arm from the 18-year-old. Don't count out lane 2, Alexander from St. Paul's. He seems to be having a nice, smooth freestyle race as he's putting himself into contention during this third 100.
Yeah, the North Shore swimmers doing really, really well. All 4 of them up the top of the field at the moment. No, in fact, Lane, we've got Jacob Humphreys out there. So it's Zach Pask, lane 5, right there amongst the 3 North Shore swimmers. They get the whistle for the finish. Showing some great endurance here, Luke Jackson. Now he's just got to hold off the rest of the field to get the win here in the B final. Time this morning of 4:14.03.
Alexander from St. Paul's, he's trying to really lift it up. They're all coming for Luke Jackson here on this 750 here. Alexander puts himself into that second position, but Luke's still got about a body length lead there. 3:39.74.
This one's going to be close, Steve. Luke Jackson and Alexander Kopachon from St. Paul's. And Kopachon really starting to bring the speed on in the final 30 metres.
I think he's taken the lead here with 15 metres left to swim. He's really timed this race to perfection. Alexander Kopachon, he'll take out this B final 4:10.06.
Well done to Alexander Kopachon. He slaps the water with joy. Luke Jackson takes second, 4:10.88. Good 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds under his heat time. Bradley Searle takes third to the wall, 4:12.71. Still with 3 18-year-old swimmers to swim in the next A final.
All great improvements from this morning there. Around those 4:14, 4:15. So good to see the improvements still in this B final. Still 4 athletes in that age category still to swim in our A final coming up next as we wait for the summary of results. And 4:10.06 takes out our B final as we move to the A final of our men's 400 metre freestyle.
In lane 1 from United, Fraser Walker. Lane 2 from Ngātai Tuatia Taraika Swimming, Charlie Dickerson. Lane 3 from Coast, Brendan Visser. 4 from Sumrotarua, Ariel Mochirahondo. 5 from Coast, James Lee. 6 from Kiwi, Alfie Weatherston Harvey. 7 from Coast, Lan Hamblin O. 8 from Roskill, Ethan Stocks.
Seventeen-year-old Ariel Mochirahondo took out this morning's times in 3:57.39 to come into lane 4 this evening, winning that emerging award from New Zealand Swimming Trust for his zonal as well. So hopefully a little bit of support for him with a little bit of cash as he leads through this first 50.
Some good early speed there from James Lee in lane 5 for Coast. Swimming in Australia, swims for Coast when he's back here competing. And Mochirahondo just getting himself set into the rhythm. The second 100 was where the action will be. And Brendan Visser staying very much in touch here as well in lane 3.
55.22 to a 55.05 there. So good tight battle between James and Ariel. Brendan just in behind there. We'll keep tracking their 50-metre splits as we go through as well.
Seriously, he's not getting his own way at the moment. Going down the third 50, Ariel Mochirahondo is going to really have to do something special here. James Lee in a really good position here. James Lee in lane 5, turns first with 50 to go. Mochirahondo comes off the wall and has got some work to do in the final. No, we're not. We've got the 400, haven't we, Steve? We're getting to the halfway mark. I'm getting ahead of myself. Mochirahondo certainly buying his time. He's only in the first 200. Stop laughing, Steve. Start talking.
Great swim so far by Ariel. Looks to be really controlled here as we head through this 200-metre arc. He's just taken that slight little gap there on that 50. If we compare the splits there, Ariel, a 29.67 to a 30.2 from James. Is this the moment that Ariel really tries to break him during this third 100 metres?
So I'll go back to what I was saying before. We're now in the third 100, the third part of this event. And Ariel Mochirahondo and Philip Rush also shaking his head. I think I might give him the mic. Give him a crack. Mochirahondo and James Lee side by side.
James Lee came back on that 50, 29.3. So a little dip into his 200. He's found another little gear there at the start of the second 200. Side by side through here.
Brendan Visser just falling away a little bit in lane 3. Side by side, as you said, Steve, coming up to the 300-metre mark. With 100 metres left to swim, James Lee is taking the lead. They get the whistle.
Who can find a little bit more energy? A good bit of underwater there by Ariel to get right back in line with James Lee.
This is going to bring the best out of both of them here. You couldn't have asked for a better finish here. Ariel Mochirahondo, James Lee. They've obviously put in a tremendous amount of work, these two swimmers. Pushing it hard. Vissa sitting in third. Fourth at the moment is Alfie Weatherston-Harvey, the award winner from earlier this evening. Lee turns with 50 metres to go. Mochirahondo's going to have to bring something special in this final 50. But James Lee is absolutely killing it down this final 50. The Coast team on their feet.
He's found another gear in this last 100. He's lifted his rating. Kept that kick really consistent. He will take out this 400-metre freestyle, James Lee.
What a swim, 3:52.28. A 3:54.04 for Mochirahondo to take the silver. And Brendan Visser takes out the bronze, just a fraction under 4 minutes.
A great battle here tonight in that 400 free. That was great to watch.
Well swum event. And really showing the work he has put in to bring home that final 100.
Great to see they did the full 400 there, Scotty, as we'll get James Lee there to have a chat as we watch that summary. Some great spits by James, 26.4, 8.5, 9.4, 30.2, 9.3, 9.6, 29.9, and finishing off with a 28.4. A great last 100 there by James Lee to take out that national title of the 400 freestyle. And there's that summary of results.
We'll get James Lee to come over and have a chat to us now, our winner. Tremendous performance, James. What a swim, 3:52. Still gasping for life here after your 400. How are you feeling?
Yeah, that was really tough, mentally and physically. I think just like trying to stick to a race plan with the aerial there was pretty hard, but I was really happy with that.
Now tell us a little bit about your journey. You swim in Australia. Tell us about your training environment, where you are.
Yeah, swimming in Australia I think is definitely a little bit different to here. Like over there, you have lots of boys going similar times to what I go. So it like pushes me every day, and the weather's a bit warmer.
How long are you here for, and are you enjoying being with the team from Coast?
Yeah, I love the Coast team and everybody else from Swimming New Zealand, and I'm here till Sunday, and I always love coming to Auckland. It's really nice.
3:52 this evening. How does that stack up?
Look, I'm really happy with it, but the goal was 3:51.5, so just off it, but still can't complain.
Fantastic. James Lee, our national champion, 400 metres freestyle. Well done.
Congratulations, James. And we'll move to a quick break here before we come back for our relays. Sorry, actually, what we have now is the 200-metre butterfly. Event 16, the B final in lane 2 from Ashburton Swim Team, Elliot Watson. In lane 3 from North Shore, Eliza Williams. In 4, Kizia Busini from North Shore. In 5, Leah Yang from Howick Pikaranga. In 6, Rio Sasamoto Enterprise Swimming Team. And in lane 7, Addison Welch, Pukekohe Swim Club.
The 17, 18-year-old swimmers here, and just looking, there is 3 18-year-olds in the A final. And we've got 6 here in the B final, 17-18. Kezia Bassini, the fastest of them through this morning, but only by fractions of a second over Leah Yang. And Kezia Bassini goes out quickly down the first 50. 4 laps here of this Turner Butterfly for the women. A demanding event, and one that you have to give a lot of respect to these swimmers that do the Turner Butterfly. It's all about maintaining that technique, that body position, that hip position throughout the 200 metres, and of course a boatload of training and hard sets to boot.
Yeah, 200 metres, 4 laps of the pool here for Butterfly. Bassini leading this one through 106.47. Always a lot of different tactics in the 200-metre butterfly. Always like to see making sure those hips are staying up nice and high, especially in the 200. Means they've still got a little bit of easier kick flowing through the body. But Bassini still leading this B final. 55 metres left to swim.
Well, there's only 0.2 separating these two swimmers at the finish this morning. And Leah Yang just keeping in touch here on the feet of Bassini. Coming down to that very tough final 50. Got to really dig deep. Going back to all of those things you learnt in training, the technique tips given to you by your coach and what you know, what you need to do.
Bassini's taken away this one. Yeah, she's really found another little gear this last 25. That little bit of desperation, can see that wall coming knowing you get to stop in a 200-metre butterfly. And she will touch in 2:28.38. A good improvement from this morning's time. 4 seconds improvement. Leah Yang takes second in 2:32.53. And Rio Sasamoto 2:34.95. Third place in our B final. As we wait for those summary of results, we'll take a quick recap of that race. Leading from start to finish, Bassini, as she came into the wall there for a 4-second improvement. As we wait, they'll have to wait to see how the A final turns out for the age group medalists. As we move now to the A final.
In lane 1 from North Shore, Amelia Rose Searle. Lane 2 from United, Xanthi Miller. 3 from Rotorua, Olivia Emmett. 4 from Ngātai Tuatia Taraika Swimming, Neve Tasaka. 5 from Neptune, Esme Patterson. 6 from Trojans, Phoebe Nettle. 7 from North Shore, Alexis Bassini. In lane 8 from North Shore, Chelsea White. Multiple New Zealand champion over the 200 metres butterfly, Neve Tasaka, the 20-year-old from Wellington. In lane 4, she had to do that swim off, remember, in the 50 metres butterfly, but she excels in the longer distance. This is her event, Neve Tasaka, and she's got Esme Patterson. She opened the championships with the Athlete's Oath yesterday.
Neve Tasaka swam the 200 freestyle this morning. I think she would have made that A final, but withdrew, obviously, to focus on this 200 butterfly tonight. So Good to see she's doing a few more races as well, building up her level, but she's taking a really good commanding control of this 200-meter fly at this stage. She went through in a 29.65.
Seconds anyone at the moment, so is third. A blanket of swimmers going into the wall at the halfway mark. It is Xanthi Miller, lane 2, goes through exactly even with Esme Patterson. Olivia Emmett just fractions of a second behind. As we go into the second 100 now, Neve Tussaker in control of this event by a good 5 metres over the rest of the field. Esme Patterson from Dunedin will certainly have that back end and just starting to wind it up now in this third 50.
Yeah, Neve Tussaker, 33.65 on the second 50. We'll keep a little eye on this as she touches 34.19. A little bit of a drop-off here. Can she find that little bit of energy? A pretty good underwater turn there. Esme Patterson holding on to second, but Neve Tussaker really trying to lift for this last 50.
This is a fantastic swim here from Neve Tussaker. She'll be looking for qualifying times here. Let's have a look at the Pan Pacific qualifying time, 200 metres butterfly for the women. It is a 2:09 here, and she comes into the wall. Neve Tussaker, 2:12.39.
Esme Patterson takes out the silver medal, 2:17.7. Third place, Xanthi Miller, 2:19.33.
And looking like a pretty happy camper there in lane 4 is Neve Tussaker. Just sneaky little smile there, indicating she's pretty happy with that time. A time this morning of 2:18 down to a 2:12. Really gave it everything tonight. Looked fantastic.
Yeah, good performance there by Neve. Xanthi Miller taking out that bronze medal in the open classification, but also the gold medal for the 17 and 18-year-old age group. So congratulations to Xanthi Miller of United taking out the gold in the age group medal. But Neve Tussaker will grab a quick chat with Scott as she did a 2:12.39.
Neve, big smile on your face. Congratulations, 200 butterfly. I'm not sure how many number this is on my hand. You've won this event. Really dominant in performance. Number four, you really came out. You scratched out of the 200 free. You gave it everything tonight. It looked fantastic.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the goal was to hit the first 150 and just see what I had. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
2:12, just 2.5 seconds off that New Zealand record held by Helena Gasson, just within arm's reach maybe as the years, the next few years go. But in terms of what are you most proud of about that performance tonight?
I think just the way I put it together. I planned to turn in a 1:37 and I saw it on the clock, and yeah, I did it. So.
Your training preparation coming in obviously has worked beautifully coming in. Tell us a little bit about the last sort of 4 weeks coming in.
Well, we did Oz Opens. I train over in Australia. Yes, we did Oz Opens, had a PB there, and yeah, just tapered and built towards this.
Fantastic. Neve Tussaker, ladies and gentlemen, 200 butterfly national champion.
Congratulations, and we'll head to a short break before we get into our relays.
Welcome back in. We move now to the relays, the 4x100 metre freestyle mixed gender relay, and there are 2 time finals. This is time final number 1.
First of our time finals, lane 3, Swimming Australia A. Harvey Lark, the 20-year-old, leading it off for his team. In lane 4, Kane Boonen, and for Kiwi is Neo Salamonson, the 17-year-old. 24.74 leads out the first 50. See how all the teams, the different strategies that they come up with in terms of who leads off, who's second, who's third, who's fourth. Looks to me Swimming Australia going leading off with their 2 men, the same as St. Paul's, whereas Kiwi has gone for a female in the second position. Thomas Nankervis swimming here for the Swimming Australia A team. John Park for St. Paul's and Olivia McBride for Kiwi. .24.20 there for Thomas for his first 50. They'll be trying to lay down a solid time. The Australian team put some pressure on the next time final. Into the water now, Maya Zanka, sorry. Tessa Scott into the water. And Abigail Samuels. Zanka 25.99 through her first 50. Massive lead here in this first of our time final relays as she hands over to Tribeca Liu, a 55.98. .103.65 there for Tessa. Abigail 1 minute .79. Tribeca Liu 26.11 on her first 50 as they come with 25 metres left to swim here. The Swimming Australia A team. Great to have our visitors here this week. Laying down a challenge to the next time final with our top New Zealand teams. And they touch in 3:33.51. Second position in this final is the Kiwi team, 3:51.63, and St. Paul's taking the third place in that time final. So Swimming Australia A team have the leading time as we head into the second of our finals. As we wait for that summary, just to check there's been no early transition starts. Official sign-off from the officials as we move now to the second of the time finals.
In lane 1 it's the North Shore B team. Lane 2, the Hamilton Aquatics A team. Lane 3, United Swimming Club A. 4, Coast Swimming Club A. 5, North Shore A. 6, United B. 7, Coast B. and 8 Jazzy A. Now a number of the top males in the field. The New Zealand record holder for the 100 freestyle in lane 3, looking to have a real good hit out here. Cameron Gray leads the way for United A. Liam Curling for Coast in 4. Grayson Coulter, the New Zealand H group record holder, in 5. Harrison Clowens, the 50-metre champion from tonight, in 6. So these swimmers can get a qualification standard off a mixed gender relay. So this is Cam Gray. Let's see how close he can go to his New Zealand record.
He'll be heading over to Michael Pickett as well, but a good strong performance here by the United Swimming Club teams. 49.22 Cameron Gray, 50.16 for Harrison Clowens. Michael Pickett and Carter Swift in the water.
Carter Swift just winding it up there in lane 6. His mate Michael Pickett looking over at him in lane 3 for United A. Carter Swift swimming for United B. And looking third at the moment is Coast A with Donald Tian.
I'll try and keep track of their splits. Carter 23.08, Michael Pickett 23.02. Here comes Carter Swift in this last 10 metres of his swim. We'll keep an eye on his 100-metre split coming up onto that United A team.
And still United A win. A great swim there from Michael Pickett to hold the teams back.
Carter Swift a 48.73 there for that 100 metres.
Now we're into Ray Kwan takes over for United A. It's Kitty Yamagami for United B. Coast have got Zoe Pedersen in the middle of this pool. Alongside her, Erica Fairweather.
All different. These teams have all done the same strategy, leading off with their 2 males, now into the 2 female athletes. Kitty Yamagami, lots of medals over at the Oceania Championships, but it is Ray Kwan taking control here for the United A team. The New Zealand Surf Life Saving Blackfin, Ray Kwan. Here comes Erica Fairweather, Zoe Pedersen making their way through.
So now getting into position is North Shore A in lane 5. Chelsea Edwards will finish off for the team for North Shore. Into the water goes Alex McIntosh for United A. Mila Tongalea for United B. It's not over yet. But United A have a good handy body length lead over North Shore. Chelsea Edwards, 100-metre freestyle specialist, coming down the first lap fast. This is going to be a close finish. Can Alex McIntosh hold off a very fast finishing Chelsea Edwards here? North Shore A coming from behind, quite a long way behind, to get to the front of the field.
Chelsea Edwards really throwing down with 20 metres left to swim now. She's taking control. North Shore will win this 4x100 mixed freestyle. Let's check on that 100-metre split for Chelsea Edwards. She touches, takes out 54.21 for Chelsea Edwards. 3:32.78 total time there.
A great come from behind swim by the relay team from North Shore. Grayson Coulter, the New Zealand 14-year-old age group record over 100 freestyle, kicked it off. Nemanja Markovic took off second. Erica Fairweather third, finished by Chelsea Edwards. We'll catch a word with the North Shore team on that win.
Grayson Coulter leading that one off, the 14-year-old with a 51.81. Noting you can't get New Zealand records in the mixed gender relays. Grayson Coulter, 51.81.
Well, I've got Erica Fairweather alongside me, the spokeswoman for the team. I'm going to just designate you that spokeswoman. But a come-from-behind win here, that must feel extra special.
Oh, absolutely. You know, it makes for an exciting race, that's for sure.
Grayson, did you feel the pressure to get the team off to a good start?
I mean, yeah, but like, what happens, happens, you know. I was trying to keep up for the first 50, second 50, my legs done a little bit, but it's all right.
51.8, pretty smart. Chelsea, you brought it home. You knew you had some work to do. What was going through your head? Was it for the team here?
Oh, 100% for the team. I absolutely love relays, and I wanted to do my best for these guys. They did the best for me, so I'm so proud.
North Shore, give them a big round of applause. The winner of the 4x100 metre mixed freestyle relay.
Congratulations. We move now to event 18, the last event for this evening. 2 finals to be had for the 4x100 medley mixed gender relay. Up first in lane 3 of heat 1, St. Paul Swimming Club 18. In lane 4, the North Shore Swimming Club B team. And in lane 5, the Whanganui Swimming Club 18. North Shore B leading off. Ryan Hewitson taking control. A few different tactics coming here, leading off with a male backstroker, whereas Whanganui, Laura Menzies, who was in the 100 backstroke A final, leading off for their team. As I look through the program, mostly males doing the breaststroke leg, so we'll keep track of that as we go through. But at this stage, Ryan Hewitson, a sly lead over Laura Menzies. And Ashley Lander from St. Paul's in lane 3. Owen Bow enters the water for the North Shore B team. Lucas Bell from Whanganui. And Isabel Blackmore for St. Paul's. Owen Bow leading this for the North Shore B team. Heading over to Amber Lynn. But the old head of William Campbell, the 30-year-old from Whanganui, diving into the water for Whanganui. It's where the mixed gender gets very exciting in terms of who races who. And Campbell will take control during this first 50 of the butterfly leg for the Whanganui team. St. Paul's touches at their 200-metre mark. For Josiah Joyce entering the water, but William Campbell leading now for the Whanganui team. Can't wait to watch him again in the 200-metre butterfly this week. Hannah Abdo finishing off in their freestyle leg. 3:08.29. It's a 57.55 for William Campbell. So he hit in the freestyle leg here. Whanganui A team winning at this stage. North Shore B in second, and St. Paul's diving in for their last swimmer. Anna Abdo, 50 metres left to swim. 28.56 her split there. And Anna Ritz, 28.50. They're taking an easy win here. Whanganui A team in a time 4:08.10. North Shore B 4:13.66. And finishing off our first of our finals in the mixed medley, St. Paul's with a 4:29.38. As we wait for those official results while the swimmers exit the water. Whanganui taking the win there. Laura Menzies, Lucas Bell, William Campbell and Hannah Abdo. And that's been signed off there by our officials as we head now to final number 2 of our 4x100 medley mixed. In lane 2 is the United Swimming Club A team. In lane 3, the Phoenix Aquatics A team. In 4, Coast Swimming Club A team. Lane 5, North Shore Swimming Club A team. In 6, the Coast Swimming Club B team. And in 7, the United Swimming Club B team. The winner of our 100-metre backstroke, Amber George, and a Pan Pac qualifying time earlier this evening, leading off for the Coast Swim Club against a fair few amount of boys as well as Savannah Eve Martin. So good to see boys versus girls in this relay, Scott.
Yeah, Bruce Shen in 3, Samuel Potching in 5, and you got Zach Dell there, who's now training in Australia as well, lane 2 for United A. And it will be Zach Dell goes through first, 26.97. And Amber George, it was Savannah Eve Martin that went through the quickest of the two of them out there in lane 6. Zach Dell putting his team out in front. Going off second is Lewis Clareburt.
Interesting to watch during that 100 metres with those females racing. A lot of wash created by the men in that first level for Amber George in the middle lanes. Hunter Hughes for the Coast Swimming Club is going to have to make up a lot of ground here. Lewis Clareburt leading this one for the United Swim Club. Blair Helms, who got the bronze medal in the 100 breaststroke for the North Shore team.
Hunter Hughes is in there too. Got the silver. Zyleka Pratt-Smith there, Caleb Yin, and really making some good inroads here. Blair Helms is just closed that gap just a little bit here on Lewis Clareburt.
Here comes the challenge. Some butterfly females versus some male butterfly as well from the Coast Swim Club team. So can they make up that ground? Hazel Hourhand into the water for Phoenix, and Sam Kenny, who is at the Oceania Championships for the Coast Swim Club.
Amelia Bray is there for North Shore in lane 5. We have Freya Hingston for United A still holding on to the lead. Amelia Bray possibly just getting in front at the moment. Let's have a look at the turn. No, still Freya Hingston for United A. Sam Kenny coming up quickly on the women. And he is going to get into third place position in a matter of moments for Coast A.
Oh, it's tightening up now, Scotty, with the mixed gender relay here. Sam Kenny trying to break through Hazel Hourhand. She's really gained up for the Phoenix Club. It's all on here with 100 metres left to swim.
Milan Glintmeyer for Coast. Hazel has completed. Holly Neville takes over for Phoenix Aquatics.
A 57.65 for Hazel Hourhand in that 100 metres butterfly there. Sam Kenny just takes it out with a 57.11, so a good battle there.
Look at this, 4 in a row with 60 metres to swim. Milan Glintmeyer, look at that rating. She knows it's all on her shoulders here. Same with the North Shore swimmer, Tess Winneray. Tess Winneray's been here before, anchoring relays for North Shore. North Shore versus Coast, the two Auckland clubs. North Auckland clubs, and the North Shore swimmers are on their feet. Here comes Milan Glintmeyer. Milan Glintmeyer's going to win it for Coast. And the team pretty pumped at that result. North Shore gets second. Phoenix will take the bronze.
Some great battles in our mixed medley relays there. A great finish there by the Coast Swim Club team. Milan Glintmeyer, some great performances this week already. 4:08 winning the first heat. 3:58 winning heat number 2, or the final number 2.
We ask you to put your hands together now and thank our technical officials as they make their way from pool deck. Thank you for your time and attention this evening. And we're going to catch a word with the Coast swimming team, who have just won that event.
And there's our official results. Coast 3:58.12, North Shore 3:59.3, Phoenix 4 minutes 0.91, close behind United 4 minutes 0.93.
Come on in, team. Come on in, Coast, so we can get you all on camera here. This is the Coast Swim Team winner of the relay tonight. Congratulations, Amber. You got them off to a good start. Nice to see the relays mixing up the genders, so there was a bit of excitement at the end there for us.
Yeah, no, definitely a lot of fun racing with the teammates. Yeah, not really the lead I wanted to give, but can't really complain. Yeah, good to have a bit of fun.
Sam, you had the job of trying to catch up. You had the women in front of you. You could see them there. Was that a bit of a sort of rabbit and hare scenario? Did that work in your favour?
Yeah, it was fun trying to catch. You know, normally it's the other way around. But I knew I was in safe hands with my other 3 teammates, so that always makes the job easier.
Milan, you had the job of really fighting off those challenges at the end, and you did it successfully. Great job.
Thank you. Couldn't ask for a better team to do it with.
Hara, any quick moments, your reaction to the team performance here?
Oh, it's a huge effort from the team. Super clutch. Tried to catch up, but overrated a bit, and, you know, Milan clutched up for us. So, yeah, super good effort from everyone.
Well done to the Coast team, the winner of the 4x100 metre medley mixed relay. We're going to be going to a quick break. We'll be back to wrap the second half and then get into our medal presentation. So, Steve, just looking back over the second half of the session, that 100-metre breaststroke for women was what we kicked off with. And it was Brianna Crawford who came out on top, matching her 109 from the morning swim. I think a standout one in there was April Lynn, the 13-year-old, re-breaking her New Zealand age group record in a 1:13.1.
Yeah, good to see a solid performance. Brianna, not as happy not going faster than this morning, but good to get that tight battle win. April Lynn, a 13-year-old age group record at an open final as well. That's a great performance from her.
The 400-metre freestyle for the men, not the 200, Steve? It was the 400 in the end. It was James Lee that really went out strongly. He had the back end to bring it home, and a really solid win for him.
Yeah, really solid splits as well. And, it looked like he was dipping as he headed into the 200-metre mark. He went a 30.26 on that 50. Then he brought it straight back down, 29.3, really tried to fight and lift to another level for that back end of that race, and, comes away with a national title, 400 freestyle.
200 butterfly for the women, the fourth title for Neve Tusker in this event. The 200 metres butterfly, the 20-year-old from Wellington, takes it from a 2:18 down to a 2:12. She's really been working hard. She looks fit and strong. She's in a good place.
Yeah, good performance. 2:18 this morning to a 2:12 is always good to see, backing up after doing a 200 freestyle this morning. So a couple of 200-metre races for her in a day. Good to see that fitness coming through. And like she said, she's been doing quite a bit of racing over in Australia as well. So some really good learnings to take away for the rest of her week.
And finishing up with a few exciting relays. Congratulations to our podium winners in the relays. We're going to go to a quick ad break. We'll be back for our medal presentations. Welcome back. We get into the medal presentations. Medals presented this time by Aquatic 164, Paul Kent. Thank you, Paul. And Paul, a very talented breaststroker in his day, Olympian. And we're going to start with the medal presentation for the 100-metre breaststroke for the women. Bronze medal goes to Alex McIntosh, 1:13.03. Silver goes to Zylika Pratt-Smith, 1:10.22. And the gold goes to Brianna Crawford, 1:09.92. Now to the 17, 18-year-old girls 100 metres breaststroke. Bronze goes to Alyssa Wangford, 1:13.50. Silver goes to Grace Jeromson, 1:13.49. And winning the gold, Alex McIntosh, 1:13.03. .400 freestyle for men is up next, the open category. Bronze goes to Brendan Visser, 3:59.64. Ariel Mochirahondo gets the silver, 3:54.04. And winning the gold, James Lee coasts, 3:52.28. 17, 18-year-old category, 400 freestyle. Fraser Walker, 4:04.24. Silver, Alfie Weatherston Harvey, 4:02.18. And winning the gold, Ariel Mochirahondo, 3:54.04. Moving now to the 200 butterfly for the women. Bronze goes to Xanthi Miller, 2:19.33. Silver, Esme Patterson, 2:17.74. And winning the gold, Neve Tasaka, Ngātai Tuatea Tarika swimming, 2:12.39. (17, 18) 200 butterfly girls. Bronze, Alexis Bassini, 2:24.62. Silver, Olivia Emmett, 2:21.05. Gold, Xanthi Miller, 2:19.33. Next up, the 4x100 metre freestyle mixed relay. Bronze medal goes to Hamilton Aquatics A. Medals presented by Aquablack 164, Paul Kent. Silver medal goes to United Swimming Club A and our visitor Swimming Australia A. And the winners, North Shore Swimming Club A, Grayson Colton, Nemanja Markovic, Erica Fairweather, Chelsea Edwards. Moving now to the next relay presentation. It's the 4x100 metre medley mixed final. And the bronze medal goes to Phoenix Aquatics A. Bruce Shen, Michael Yang, Hazel Auerhand, Holly Neville. Silver goes to North Shore Swimming Club A. Samuel Potching, Blair Helms, Amelia Bray, Tess Winneray. And the winners, Coast Swimming Club A, Amber George, Hara Hughes, Sam Kenny, Milan Glintmeyer. Well done to all our medalists across the medal presentation tonight. Thank you to Paul Kent for presenting those medals. Thank you to Steve Kent for calling the races with me tonight. And we now look ahead to day 3 heats. Tomorrow morning, the 200 metre freestyle heats for the men kick us off, followed by the 100 freestyle for the women. Then into the 400 freestyle for multiclass, male and female. Then 50 breaststroke for the men, 1500 metre freestyle time finals for the women. Then into the 50 backstroke multiclass. Then the 200 backstroke for men, 100 butterfly for the women, followed by the 50 butterfly for the multi-class. Thanks for joining us tonight. You can join us tomorrow from 8:55 a.m.